then abandoned. A sentence starts, stops, starts again somewhere else without asking permission. From the first half, you said something about timing. Or maybe that was later. Or maybe that was someone else. It doesn't settle into place. There's a cup on the table, empty now. It wasn't earlier. I don't remember finishing it. A streetlight flickers, or I imagine it flickering. The difference feels irrelevant at this hour. I recall standing, then sitting, then standing again, as if posture could organize thought. Your name appears not spoken, just present, like a label without an object. The door closes in one version, in another it stays open. Both feel accurate. I think there was music, low, indistinct, more texture than melody, more presence than sound. Something about tomorrow, mentioned, dismissed, reintroduced without context. Hands, mine or yours, I can't be sure. Resting on opposite sides of the room, or maybe not resting at all. Repeats, but with different lighting. A phrase sticks, not because it mattered, but because it was unfinished and nothing came after it. There's movement outside, footsteps, a laugh, then absence, as if the night edited itself. I try to line things up, sequence, cause effect, but the edges refuse alignment. The body remembers differently, tension in the jaw, a shallow breath then release without explanation. I find myself mid-action, not starting, not ending, just there. Something was supposed to follow, a response, a decision, a shift. It doesn't arrive. The fragments remain scattered, unlabeled, still acted. We sat on the floor because the couch was covered, laundry folded halfway, stacks leaning into each other like they were listening. The window was open, not wide, just enough for street noise to leak in. A bus passed, someone laughed outside. Neither of us looked up. You were explaining something, I don't remember what, only the way your hands moved, slow, deliberate, as if choosing where each word should land. I nodded at the right moments, not because I understood, but because I recognized the rhythm of you needing to be heard. There was a pause, you reached for your drink, missed it, slightly corrected, smiled at yourself. I noticed, didn't comment. The light in the room was uneven, sinking into shadow. We stayed in the middle, as if that was neutral ground. You asked if I wanted to go out later. I said maybe, which meant no, which meant not yet. You didn't ask again. Music played from your phone, something slow, something we wouldn't remember, but it filled the silence better than conversation could. At some point you leaned back, your head against the wall, eyes closed, not asleep, just resting from deciding things. I watched the clock change numbers, minute by minute, thinking about nothing specific, just letting time prove it was still working. You said my name once, like a test I answered immediately to immediately. We talked about tomorrow in general terms, errands, weather, nothing that required commitment, nothing that could be quoted later. Outside the street quieted, traffic thinning, lights blinking off in buildings across the way, the city preparing to reset itself. You stood up first, stretched, looked around the room as if checking whether anything had been forgotten. I stayed seated, hands on the floor, feeling the vibration of movement through the boards after you passed. You said something near the door, probably important, probably soft. I remember turning my head, but not the words. I remember the door closing, not loudly, just completely. After that, the room looked the same, but the sequence of events becomes less precise. I don't remember if I turned the music off or let it play. I don't remember when I stood up. The next clear thing is morning light, already in the room. Are you still awake? You ask it casually, like it doesn't matter, like you didn't already know the answer. Yeah, I say, not adding anything else, letting the words sit between us to see if it needs help. There's noise on your side, something moving, a door, a step. I picture it wrong on purpose, so you start. You stop as if the rest of the sentence says, wait, you're not sure you wanna lift. I was just thinking you say, which usually means remembering, but I don't correct you. I know I answer even though I don't, even though knowing isn't the point anymore. We talk about small things, things that don't ask for honesty. The weather, something you watched, a place you passed today, words chosen carefully, like we're avoiding thin ice on a frozen lake. You sound different, you say, not accusing, just noticing. I'm just tired, I reply, which is true, just not complete. There's a pause long enough to hear breathing. You're slightly uneven, mine too controlled. You don't have to stay on, you say, but you don't hang up. I know I repeat this time, meaning it. I wanna ask what you're really calling for. You wanna ask why I stopped explaining myself. Neither of us does. lives. Instead, we exchange updates as if we're still responsible for each other's timelines. I didn't mean for things to end like that. You finally say quiet, almost folded it into the air. I know I don't add me neither, because that would open something neither of us is prepared to close again. Silence stretches, not awkward, just exposed. I should probably go, you say, testing the idea out loud. Okay, I answer immediately to immediately. Another pause, this one heavier because it knows what it is. Take care, you say, default words, reliable, empty enough to be safe. You too, the call doesn't end right away, just background sound. Then nothing. I keep the room quiet on purpose. Not every silence needs to be filled. Some of them are holding things together better than words ever did. Rain keeps tapping on the window like it knows I'm still awake. Each drop feels intentional, as if the night itself refuses to break. I thought time would soften the edges, but it only changed their shape. What once cut sharp and steady and deep, I replay conversations without sound, just faces, pauses, breathing the moments between sentences, where everything was happening. I don't miss the fights, I don't miss the fear, I miss the version of me that believed staying was brave. There's a difference between being alone and feeling like you're fading. Tonight I sit somewhere in between, not lost, just unclaimed. The clock moves but I don't follow. I let minutes stack like dust. If I clean them up tomorrow, it doesn't matter much. I'm not waiting for forgiveness or a sign to go back. I'm learning how to live with a truth that doesn't ask me to react. The night feels thick around my shoulders, heavy but not honest. And if this is what healing looks like, I'll let it take its time. I'll turn the light down even further, not to disappear, but to see what stays when nothing else is loud enough to hide it. I left the light on, not because I was scared, but because the dark felt too honest tonight. Your jacket like it's still hanging by the door. I don't touch it, I just let it exist like a fact I can't change. Some thoughts don't arrive as sentences, they come as weight sitting on my chest, asking nothing. I scroll past old conversations, not reading, just feeling how quiet they sound now. There's a clock somewhere in this room doing its job without asking if I'm ready to move on. I tell myself this is what peace looks like. No fights, no explanations, no promises breaking, but peace shouldn't feel this empty. Hey. Outside, a train passes. I imagine strangers going home to something warmer than silence. I wonder if you sleep better now, or if the night still asks you questions too. I'm not waiting, I'm just awake. There's a difference, I think. If morning comes, I'll let it. If it doesn't, I'll sit here until the city forgets my name. Ooh, I'm awake, not in the poetic sense, just awake, eyes open, mind active, body tired. The room looks the same as it did earlier. Nothing shifted, nothing symbolic. The chair is still where I left it. The glass on the table still half full. Water, not regret. Cars pass outside at regular intervals. I count 3 before the sound fades, then another. The city operates on schedules. Even when people don't, I think about you briefly, the way I think about unfinished emails or places I used to live. No wake, no warmth, just information. There was a version of this night where I would have replayed everything, checked my phone, invented meanings, assigned blame. That version doesn't show up anymore. Instead I notice details, the hum of electricity, the uneven light from the hallway, the fact that my breathing is finally slowed down. I remember when slowing down felt like losing, like falling behind something important. Now it just feels accurate. You once asked me if I was afraid of being alone. I didn't answer properly, I didn't know then. This isn't loneliness, it's simply the absence of distraction. Thoughts arrive, stay briefly, leave without announcement. None of them demand action. I don't rewrite conversations, I don't imagine alternative endings. The story is already stored, filed, labeled and active. Outside someone laughs, it sounds real, not distant, just unrelated. I stretch my legs, feel the floor cold. This night doesn't need meaning, it exists whether I analyze it or not. I turn off the lamp, not gently, just efficiently. Darkness follows as expected. In one of the apartments, the light stays on longer than necessary. The curtain is half closed, not for privacy, just habit. Someone sits on the edge of a bed, not preparing to sleep, not preparing to leave, simply occupying the space as instructed by nothing in particular. Outside, traffic moves in patterns, interrupted briefly, then restored. Headlights reflect off wet pavement without comment. In another building, a window opens, a cigarette is lit, the smoke rises, disappears before reaching any conclusion. A phone vibrates once, then again ignored both times. No tension follows. The glass is placed on a table, water level unchanged, no fingerprints worth noticing. Thoughts occur, but they don't organize themselves. They appear, pause, then dissolve like static without a source. There was a point earlier when memory attempted to intervene. It wasn't acknowledged and eventually stopped trying. The clock continues unimpressed by attention, each second identical in weight, no preference given. A train passes somewhere, not close enough to matter, not far enough to romanticize, just audible. The body adjusts, position, pressure redistributed, nothing symbolic in the movement, just comfort calculated. Time advances by routine, not by realization. Nothing clicks, nothing breaks. The light remains on because it hasn't been turned off. Eventually morning will replace this arrangement without asking permission. For now, the room exists, occupied, unresolved. Getting quiet outside my window, the kind of quiet that doesn't ask questions. Streetlights staying where they are, like they've learned how to wait. I'm lying here with nothing playing, just letting the ceiling do its thing. Every crack, every shadow feels familiar tonight. I don't need answers right now, I don't need to understand. Some thoughts are better left untouched, like sand slipping through your hands. I used to think every feeling had to lead me somewhere new, but sometimes it's enough to feel it without deciding what to do. The room holds on to the warmth from earlier conversations, words still hanging in the air even after they trying to be impressive. There's comfort in small moments that don't ask to be remembered. They just happen, then quietly leave it. I don't replay the past tonight. I don't chase what could have been. I let things sit where they landed and breathe myself back in. The city keeps its distance, a soft tone far away, like it knows I don't need company, just a little space. If your name crosses my mind, I don't push it out, I let it pass naturally, like a song fading down. Tomorrow can wait outside, I'm not ignoring it, I'm just not opening the door yet. For now this is enough, this calm, this pause, this steady moment, and nothing is missing, and nothing needs fixing. Light moves and light moves again. Not the same light, not the same angle, just movement repeating itself. Steps on pavement, pavement on steps, echo following echo before the first one finishes. Breathe in, hold it, let it slip, not all the way out, just enough to reset the count. 1, 2, not 3, pause. The night hums in fragments, pieces of sound, pieces of color, pieces of time, stacked loosely, never aligned. I follow the rhythm, not the meaning. The beat doesn't explain itself, it just continues. So I do the same. Windows pass, faces blur, names lose shape, edges soften, everything becomes motion. Nothing has to be remembered. Repeat the pattern and break it slightly. Shift one step, change the weight, keep the pulse intact. The city speaks in loops, green, red, instruction without context, movement without story. That kind of language. Breath lands between beats, not on them, between, where nothing is emphasized and nothing is lost. Sound fades, returns altered, same tempo, different texture, like saying the same word with a new again. Numbers don't matter, the cycle does. Hands move, then still, then move again. Learning the shape of time by touch alone. Everything reduces to pattern, pattern becomes comfort, comfort becomes momentum, momentum meet when to replaces intention. I don't need direction, I need continuity. The beat carries itself forward, forward without climax, without apology. Lights thin out, dark thickens, rhythm stays unbothered. I step out of the loop, not dramatically, just slightly off time. The pulse keeps going without me. Sit down, not carefully. Place your weight where it belongs. Turn the light lower, not off, visibility matters. Put the phone face down, leave it there, no exceptions. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2. Release without sound, repeat until the chest stops arguing. Listen to the room, catalog the noise, ignore the unnecessary frequencies. Straighten your back, align the shoulders. Let gravity do the rest. Do not review conversations, they are archived, they do not require access. Acknowledge the time, do not negotiate with it. Sequence remains intact. If a memory surfaces, do not follow it. Label it, return to position. Notice the floor, notice its temperature, confirm stability. Adjust your stance, feet parallel, distance measured, not emotional. Do not anticipate morning, it will arrive regardless. Preparation is optional. If doubt appears, do not engage, it is informational only. Maintain this pace, neither rush nor stall. Consistency overrides urgency. Allow silence to persist, do not fill it. It is performing its function. If the body resists, wait, it will recalibrate. Check breathing again and out, no commentary. Remain present, this is not a suggestion. Hold this position, maintain awareness. Do not conclude. Continue. The air shifts first before anything else reacts. A small adjustment. In pressure, barely noticeable unless you stay still long enough. Wind moves along the street, not fast, not slow, just consistent, like it has somewhere to be. That doesn't involve me. Clouds rearrange themselves quietly without asking, edges thinning, then overlap. how skin responds, enough to remind the body that time is passing, even when nothing announces it. I open the window, not wide, just enough to let outside in on its own terms. Air enters cool, uninterested, carrying the scent of rain that hasn't started yet. Somewhere above the buildings, wind layers cross, moving in opposite directions, never colliding, never correcting each other. I think of that, how motion doesn't require agreement. The sky holds its color deep, unresolved, not yet ready to turn, but already thinning at the edges. Clouds drift apart, then close again, not to meet, just to pass, sharing space briefly before continuing on separate paths. The air grows heavier, then lighter, breath responds automatically. Inhale, adjusts, exhale, releases, no instruction needed. Far away, a change in pressure signals rain. The ground prepares without knowing exactly when or how much. I stand still long enough for the wind to map itself across my arms, across my neck, across the open window frame. The sky begins its slow transition, not to light, just to less dark. A subtle recalibration, only visible if you're not looking for it. Clouds thin further, edges dissolving, structure giving way to movement, form surrendering to flow. The air settles as if a decision has been made, somewhere above, beyond sight, beyond concern. I close the window. The city breathes slow after midnight. Streetlights flicker like they're tired too. I'm sitting here with half a memory, wonder what I still mean to you. The air feels heavy but familiar, like something I forgot to say. Every sound echoes a little longer when you're the only thought that stays. I don't need the noise tonight, I don't need another light, just the quiet hum of passing cars and the glow of windows in the dark. I trace your name in the fogged up glass, watch it fade before it dries. Funny how everything disappears, even the things we swore would survive. I walk these streets like I know them, but they feel different when I'm alone. Every corner holds a version of me. If I let myself fall apart here, would the night still keep me? I replay moments out of order. You laugh, you silence your hands, trying to understand how something so close slipped out of my plans. Time moves strange after midnight, minutes stretch, hours blur. I keep thinking I'm over it, then I feel your name again, soft and sure. I don't need answers tonight. I don't need to be alright. Just let the night roll over me like it knows who I'm trying to be. If tomorrow comes too quickly, I hope this feeling stays behind, because there's truth in the quiet that daylight never lets me find. So I breathe in the empty spaces, let the silence pull me under, not to drown, just to remember who I was before the thunder. The city breathes slow after midnight. And for one, so do I. The engine hums like it knows me, low and steady under my thoughts. Streetlights stretching the lines, pulling the night forward, 1 mile at a time. I roll the window down just enough to let the cold remind me I'm still here, still moving, still choosing direction. Even when I don't know the destination, the city starts thinning out, buildings give way to silence, neon signs become memories, and suddenly it's just me, the road, and everything I haven't said out loud. I used to drive fast to escape, push the gas like speed could erase all the words I swallowed, all the nights I stayed when leaving would have been easier. Tonight I drive steady, letting the distance do its work. The radio plays something slow, a voice I don't recognize, but it feels familiar anyway, like it understands. Some feelings don't need names, just space to exist. I think about how many versions of myself have sat in this same seat, hands on the wheel, eyes forward, convincing themselves they were fine. Some of them were lying, some of them were trying, all of them were tired. Headlights pass like brief confessions, bright then gone, each one carrying a life I'll never touch, and somehow that makes mine feel lighter. I remember you here once, laughing at nothing, feet on the dashboard, talking about futures we thought we could schedule. Funny how the road stays the same even when people don't. The night opens wider as the speedometer climbs, wind presses against the glass like it's urging me forward, not away, just onward. I don't replay the ending anymore, I replay the middle, the long stretch where things were uncertain but real. There's freedom in motion, in choosing not to stop at every memory that weighs me down. I breathe in rhythm with the road in, out, letting the past sit in the backseat. Quiet, no longer grabbing my attention every time I slow down. If tomorrow wants answers, it can wait. Tonight belongs to movement, to the hum of tires on asphalt, to the soul For the first time in a while, so do I. So do I. The night doesn't rush me. It never did. It just opens its hands and waits for me to notice how quiet can still be alive. I sit with my back against the wall, phone face down on the floor. No music playing yet, just the sound of my own breathing. Trying to remember when I stopped listening to it. There was a time I filled every second with noise, with plans, with people who spoke louder than they felt, because silence scared me. Now I let it stay. Outside, the city keeps moving, cars sliding past each other like they don't carry history, like every turn is new. I envy that sometimes, the simplicity of momentum. I think about the versions of me that wanted answers immediately, that needed closure, needed proof, needed someone to say yes, this meant something. Tonight I don't ask, I let the questions exist, unfinished, loose, like open windows in summer, letting air move through without demanding direction. I remember your voice, not the words, but the space around them. The way you hesitated as if you already knew we were changing. Funny how the body notices first, the mind always with late. I walk across the room slowly, every step deliberate, as if speed might disturb something fragile, still rearranging itself inside me. There's relief in realizing I don't need to be over it, I don't need a clean ending, I just need honesty. Even if it's messy, even if it stays unfinished, the night holds all of that without judgment. I sit by the window, watching lights switch off one by one, like people choosing rest over explanation, over one more conversation that wouldn't change anything anyway. I wonder if you feel this too. Not loneliness, but a softer thing, a space where nothing is demanded, and for once you are enough by yourself. I used to confuse intensity with truth. If it hurt deeply, I thought it mattered more, but now I see some things are quiet because they're real. I breathe slower, let my shoulders drop, let tomorrow wait outside the room. I'm not afraid of it, I just don't need it yet. If healing has a sound, it's probably this, barely audible, but steady like a city at night. Seen from far away, still alive, still glowing without asking to be seen. Seen from far away. The night keeps moving without markers, and I let it, because stopping to define it would interrupt the way thoughts line up when nothing forces them to behave. And I notice how easily memory blends into observation, when there is no reason to separate the two, and the room feels larger than it should, because attention isn't anchored to any single object long enough to claim ownership. Light from outside stretches across the floor, thin and pale, and it shifts slightly every few minutes, not dramatically, just enough to prove that time hasn't stalled. Even though it feels suspended, and I stay where I am, letting that slow movement pass over my feet, like a tide that forgot how to rise. I think about how often I used to interrupt myself, how every thought needed an ending or a reaction or a sentence that could stand alone. But now everything runs together without apology, one idea dissolving into the next before it has a chance to solidify into something I would have to deal with later. There are sounds layered into the air, distant traffic, a refrigerator cycling on a pipe, clicking somewhere in the walls, and none of it has to be interpreted, it just exists in parallel. And I realize how rare that is, how rarely anything allows itself to be present without demand or response. The body adjusts gradually, shoulders lowering, breath lengthening, waist settling into places that were tense earlier without being instructed to release. And it feels less like relief and more like recalibration, as if some internal system finally received accurate data. Thoughts of other nights pass through, not as scenes but as pressure changes moments, when the same quiet felt heavier or sharper or unfinished. And I don't pause to compare them, because comparison would slow the current, and I want to see where this uninterrupted motion goes. I let my eyes follow nothing in particular, the ceiling, the edge of a shadow, the faint reflection in glass, and each time attention lands, it slips again before becoming fixed. And there is comfort in that lack of commitment, and not needing to stay with any single thing long enough to explain it. The idea of tomorrow appears briefly, then fades, not rejected, just postponed, because it doesn't fit the tempo of what is happening now. And for once that feels acceptable rather than irresponsible. The flow continues unbroken, without emphasis, without climax, without resolution. And I stay inside it long enough to forget what I was expecting to happen next. A truck passes outside, and its headlights sweep across the wall, and the clock on the microwave clicks from 2:17 to 2:18. Stretches out like it doesn't need me to decide anything. White lines passing one after another, patient, unbothered. The radio hums something I won't remember tomorrow, but right now it feels like it understands how my chest sounds inside. I'm tense, because I like the feeling of staying here, moving forward without rushing, gets smaller in the mirror, and somehow, so does the weight I've been carrying all week. There's freedom in not explaining why I chose this road, why I stayed quiet, why I didn't call. The night doesn't ask, it just opens. Wind slips through the window, cool on my skin, reminding me I'm still here, still real, still moving. If your name comes up in my mind, I won't push it down. I'll let it ride beside me until it finds its own exit. The road stretches out, and for once, so do I. The room is not cold, but my hands are. I noticed it first before any thought arrives. Fingers stiff, palms slow to warm like they're unsure what they're supposed to hold now. I shift my weight, one shoulder against the wall, the other free, distance measured in inches, not emotions. Breathing comes uneven, not heavy, just irregular, like my body forgot what pace we agreed on. I sit down, stand up, sit again, testing gravity, seeing if it really stand for me this time. It doesn't. My feet press into the floor, solid, unresponsive, a reminder that some things remain stable regardless of hesitation. I think about your presence as a temperature, not a memory. When you were close, the air changed, not warmer, just occupied. Now the space feels wider, easier to move through, harder to define. I roll my sleeves up, then down, skin exposed and hidden. No decision sticks long enough to feel intentional. The clock clicks once, then again, sound sharp in the quiet. Each second distinct, uninterested in how I spend it. I stretch my neck slowly, feel resistance, muscle holding history I didn't ask it to remember. There's tension stored in places no one sees, behind knees, along the jaw, between breaths. I press my tongue to the roof of my mouth, release it, repeat a habit I didn't know I kept. You used to stand close, not touching but close enough. That movement required coordination. Now I move freely and notice how unfamiliar that feels. I walk the length of the room, count steps, 7 one way, 7 back, consistency where I can't find it. My pulse settles and speeds up again. No clear reason, just internal signals crossing wires. I don't search for meaning, I catalog sensation. Pressure, warmth, absence, relief that doesn't last. The chair is colder than I expect. The fabric rough for detail, sharpened when nothing else competes for attention. I place my hands flat on my thighs, leave them there, wait for something to happen to us. That's not disappointing, just informative. I inhale, sound in this room is mechanical. Electric current, air moving through vents. Nothing here is dramatic, everything is functional. I sit at the edge of the bed, not thinking about rest, thinking about alignment. What fits, what doesn't, what has been misfiring for too long. The city outside plays in loops, same lights, same crossings, same pauses at red. Movement governed by rules that don't ask how anyone feels. I like that. Emotion complicates things, it bends timelines, distorts memory, makes coincidence feel intentional. I don't need that tonight. I break moments into components, voice, distance, reaction, time, silence after words. Patterns are easier than stories. You were never the problem, that's too simple. The problem was rhythm, we were counting different measures, calling it harmony. I tried adjusting my tempo, dragging notes, holding space longer than necessary, waiting for something to resolve that wasn't written to. There's relief in realizing some things fail structurally, not tragically. I focus on small movements, fingers tapping once, then stopping. Breathing kept even, shoulders squared. Posture says more than confession ever did. Outside, a siren cuts through the night. Brief, directional, purposeful, then gone. I admire that efficiency. I check the time, not because it matters, but because acknowledging it keeps me anchored in sequence. Past, present, next. I no longer rehearse conversations, I don't soften truths in advance. I don't imagine how things could sound better if phrased differently. Clarity doesn't require volume. I stand up, the floor supports me without comment, without hesitation. Somewhere between this second and the one that follows, I decide, not loudly, not emotionally, just conclusively. This pattern ends here. Turn the lights off, not as a gesture, but as confirmation